Hello, it's Mike back once again with tip number 61 from our top 100 tips, tools, and life lessons from the Insight One Awakening Heart Seminar. And this tip is going to build off of the last three tips. We look at the high self, the conscious self, and the basic self. And this tip is going to look at how do these three play together well? How do they partner together? How do they work from a place of alignment? Because when those three aspects of ourself are aligned and working together, life tends to work really well. The high self provides a sense of inspiration, a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. Gives us a sense of why, in terms of our life. The conscious self kind of takes that and says, well, what do I need to think about in terms of planning my life out? Where do I want to place my focus? What actions do I want to take? How can I plan my life in a way and set some intentions in a way that I can bring that sense of meaning and purpose to life? In Insight, what we call our heart's purpose. The conscious self is also the place where we have to look to see if we can align our belief systems with that sense of purpose and begin to notice what beliefs actually support us and what beliefs don't support us, and how can we begin to shift that in such a way that we create empowering beliefs that actually support our sense of our life's purpose, our heart's purpose, so we can live that more fully. And then we have the basic self, which is a part of us that's in our body and taking action. So how do we take the sense of a higher purpose and a sense of meaning, kind of come down to this place where we kind of are planning our action and working to align and shift our beliefs to support that purpose, such that we can take action that's consistent with the things we say we want to create in our life, some of the outcomes and intentions and goals that we want to bring forward. And these three, when they're partnering, life tends to work really well. The way that tends to work is the conscious self and the basic self has a relationship, and that basic self has to trust that conscious self so that our actions are consistent with our words. And our high self has to have some time to be able to bring in that sense of meaning and purpose, and also that sense of ability to guide us and bring in a sense of intuition so it can kind of guide us on this journey that's an expression of that greater sense and meaning and how to align that sense of purpose. Quite interestingly is sometimes our conscious self has trouble relating directly to our high self. Because it's based in time, it tends to be kind of logical and linear. When things come in more intuitively, it doesn't make sense to it. So what happens is the high self oftentimes will communicate down through our body, through our basic self, which is why oftentimes we'll feel that kind of sense of intuition or get that gut sense in our body about whether we should do or not do something, because that's actually the high self working down through the basic self to give it a message, because sometimes the conscious self has trouble understanding the high self and can't always relate to it. Anyway, high self provides a sense of purpose, meaning, inspiration, and insight, connects down, gives us that sense of a why. Our conscious self comes in and begins to plan out how we can make that work in our life. And it's a place where we need to look at how do we create the beliefs that are going to support that. Then brought down into action, brought down into our basic self, so we can access that energy, move into action, and produce those results in our life. So much more we could talk about in terms of aligning the three selves, and so much here in terms of practicing making that happen. Once again, thanks for listening. Check out what's happening at Insight Boston at insightboston.org, what's happening globally at insightseminars.org, and certainly check out what's happening in your local Insight community. Have a great day.